Before Porky's or American Pie, there was this. And can you believe it's been 45 years since this film came out? You better believe it. Here's my review of National Lampoon's Animal House. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1978 comedy flick National Lampoon's Animal House, released by Universal, directed by John Landis, written by Harold Ramis, Douglas Kinney, and Chris Miller, starring John Belushi, Tim Matheson, John Vernon, Verna Bloom, Tom Hulce, Hulce, Stephen Furst, and Donald Sutherland. The film's about a troublemaking fraternity whose members challenge the authority of the dean of the fictional Faber College. This film was released on July 28, 1978. Henceforth, today is the film's 45th anniversary. The film was produced by Matty Simmons of National Lampoon along with Ivan Reitman for Universal, and was inspired by stories written by Miller and published in National Lampoon magazine, which were based on Ramis' experience in the Zeta Beta Tau fraternity at Washington University in St. Louis, plus Miller's Alpha Delta Pi experiences at Dartmouth College in New Hampshire and Reitman's McMaster University right in Hamilton, Ontario. Well, of the younger lead actors, only John Belushi was an established star, but even he had not yet appeared in a film, already having gained fame as an original cast member of TV Saturday Night Live, which was now in its third season. In of the previous year. And there were various actors who were cast as college students, including Thomas Hulce, Karen Allen, and even Kevin Bacon were just beginning their film careers. And Matheson, also cast as a student, was already a seasoned actor, having appeared in movies and television since the age of 13. This film was pretty big, even though it got mixed reviews at the time. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our story. In the fall of 1962, Faber College freshmen Larry Kroger and Kent Dorfman seek the pledge of fraternity, find themselves ostracized at the prestigious Omega Theta Pi house party. The two visit the Delta Tau Chi house, or is it China? I'm sorry, next door. Kent believes he cannot be rejected because his older brother Fred was a member, making him a legacy during the party. They meet the slovenly John Blutarski, aka Bluto, chapter president Robert Hoove, smooth talking Eric Stratton, aka Otter, and his best friend Donald Schoenstein, aka Boone, motorcyclist Daniel Simpson Day, aka D-Day, and Boone's girlfriend Katie. Larry and Kent are accepted as Delta pledges and given the fraternity names Pinto and Flounder, respectively. Meanwhile, Chip Diller is accepted into Omega House and given a paddling to show his allegiance. Delta is on probation due to the campus conduct violations and poor academic standing. Wanting to remove the fraternity from campus, Dean Vernon Warmer directs Greg Marmalard, the smug Omega president, to find a justification for him to do so. Greg also has private reasons to be resentful of his fellow students, as his puzzled girlfriend has pointed out to him that a key part of his body is not responding to her. Various incidents deepen the animosity between Delta, Omega, and Warmer, including the prank-related accidental death of a horse that belongs to Omega member and ROTC cadet Commander Douglas C. Niedermeyer, who has been bullying Flounder, as well as Otter flirting with his girlfriend Mandy Pepperidge, who Otter had previously slept with. Bluto and D-Day steal the answer key to an upcoming psychology test for the, well, from the trash, unaware that the Omegas have switched it for a fake. The Deltas all fail and their grade point averages drop so low that Wormer tells them he needs only one more incident to revoke their charter and have them permanently dismissed from campus. To cheer themselves up, the Deltas organize a toga party and recruit Pinto and Flounder to shoplift food for it from a supermarket. There, Pinto meets a pretty young cashier named Clarette and invites her, while Otter invites Wormer's alcoholic, lecherous wife, Marion. During the party, at which OSNA and the Knights perform, Otter has a little sex with Marion, while Clarette makes out with Pinto until she passes out drunk. Pinto resists the temptation to have sex with her and instead takes her home in a shopping cart. He later discovers that she is the 13-year-old daughter of Carmine de Pasto, the town mayor. Outraged by Marion's escapades and threatened with personal harm by De Pasto, Wormer organizes a kangaroo court with the Omegas and revokes the Delta's charter, confiscating the entire contents of their house. To clear their heads, Otter, Boone, Pinto, and Flounder take a road trip in Fred's car. They visit an all-girls college, where Otter poses as the fiance of a student who has recently died in order to find dates for himself and the others. They stop at a roadhouse bar where the Knights are performing, unaware that the clientele is exclusively African American. Two of the patrons intimidate the Deltas into abandoning their dates and fleeing, during which Fred's car is heavily damaged. Alright, now for the final act and the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Boone breaks up with Katie after discovering her sexual relationship with a professor, while Marmalade and other Omegas lure Otter to a motel and assault him, acting on a fabricated claim that Otter and Mandy have been seeing each other. Due to the Delta's dismal midterm grades, Wormer gleefully expels them from Faber and notifies their local draft boards that they have lost their student deferments and are now eligible for military service. With our support, Bluto rallies the Deltas to get revenge on Wormer, the Omegas, and the entire college during their annual homecoming parade. D-Day converts Fred's damaged car into an armored vehicle, which they conceal inside a cake-shaped breakaway float and sneak into the parade. The Deltas then sabotage all aspects of the parade and crash into the reviewing stand, collapsing it. As chaos ensues, the futures of several of the characters are revealed. Many of the Deltas become respectable professionals, while the Omegas and the other adversaries suffer less fortunate outcomes. Most notably, Niedermeyer is killed in Vietnam by his own troops, and Marmalade becomes an aide to President Nixon, but is later raped in prison in 1974. End of story. So what did I think of National Lampoon's Animal House? I gotta say, after watching it a time or two, I'm gonna say it's an absolute hysterical blast and what have you. Yep. Well, it got mixed reviews and what have you, but Roger Ebert, along with Time magazine, proclaimed it one of the year's best. Filmed for only $3 million, it garnered an estimated gross of more than $141 million in the form of theatrical rentals and home video, not including merchandising, making it the highest grossing comedy film of its time. Now, this film, along with Landis's previous film, The Kentucky Fried Movie, which came out the previous year, was largely responsible for defining launching the gross out film genre, which became one of Hollywood's staples. The film is now regarded as one of the best comedy films of all time. So anyway, yeah, this film was just so crazy and what have you. The film's score was done by Elmer Bernstein, who had been a Landis family friend since Landis was a child. I will say he does a great job on this. You'll hear all sorts of classics and what have you, some from the original artist and some by the staff. Well, not the staff, I mean the cast of this movie. Whoops! Oh, sorry, I'm just a little. But anyway, it also includes the Fabric College theme. And so I'm going to say the music for this was pretty good and what have you. Now, our cast for this, we have John Belushi playing Bluto. He was very good. Tim Matheson played Otter. He'd actually go on to. Now, Matheson also will appear in some other films that were kind of part of this here genre. One that I'm factually don't consider to be completely gross, completely, and that would be the cult classic Up the Creek in 1984. He was also in National Lampoon's Van Wilder as well, which that's a film I have yet to review. So he was pretty good. Pierre Regard played Boone, pretty good. Tom Hulce played Pinto, and Stephen Furst, who also appeared in Up the Creek. He also would be well known for being on TV St. Elsewhere. He played Flounder. Bruce McGill played D-Day, and James Wills played Hoove. Karen Allen played Katie. Yes, you heard me correctly, as in the woman who would later go on to play Indy's original, well, not original, but Indy's gal pal in Marion in Raiders of the Lost Ark a few years later. But she did some other films as well. Let's see. We have Kevin Bacon playing Chip Diller. He was pretty good. Mark Metcalf played Niedermeyer. He was good. And James Don played Marmalade. So, they were pretty good. Let's see. John Vernon played Dean Wormer. Verna Bloom played his wife. They were good. Donald Sutherland played Professor Jennings. He was pretty good. I gotta say, there was so many other cast members. So anyway, I really thought, yeah, pretty good cast and what have you. Now, though it got mixed reviews and what have you, but as of now, it has been getting some pretty reasonable response. It's currently 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying the talents of director John Landis and Saturday Night Live's irrepressible John Belushi conspired to create a rambunctious, subversive college comedy that continues to resonate. Now, as I mentioned, Ebert liked it and said it's anarchic, messy, and filled with energy. It assaults us. Part of the movie's impact comes from its sheer level of manic energy. But the movie's better made and better acted than we might at first realize. It takes skill to create this sort of comic pitch, and the movie's filled with characters that are sketched a little more absorbingly than they had to be and acted to perception. Mm-hmm. Definitely. And Time magazine says, at its best, it perfectly expresses the fears and loathings of kids who came of age in the late 60s. At its worst, Animal House I'm getting tongue tied, revels in abject silliness. The hilarious highs easily compensate for the puerile lows. Oh boy, there were so many reviews and what have you. Anyway, it would be pretty good and what have you. It would go on to be the highest grossing comedy film until Ghostbusters came out. 6 years later, which of course was also written by Remus and produced by Reitman. Anyway, so it was pretty fun, what have you. There would be various spin-offs as well, including a short-lived half-hour sitcom, Delta House, on ABC, where John Vernon returned as Dean Wormer. And Stephen Furst and a few others returned. But even so, there were so many other things that came out. Seriously. Anyway, and it would go on to, well, lead way for other companies like Porky's, the Police Academy films, the American Pie films, and even a film I'm not familiar with, I've just read about, called Up the Academy, made by the other big humor magazine, which was Mad Magazine, but that film bombed at the box office, as well as Old School and a host of others. Belushi became the most successful male comedy star in the world until his, untimely death in 1982. It also made Kevin Bacon a star as well. So anyway, they were all real good and what have you. They just had a whole lot of craziness, warped out grossness, and I don't know whatever else you could expect from movies like this. It's just so crazy. So, with everything I've said about this, would I recommend National Lampoon's Animal House? Well, the answer would be hell yeah, definitely. Go for it. That film is definitely very, very funny, and I think you'll really like it. It's just so crazy. So, what did you think of National Lampoon's Animal House? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my Saturday morning TV log of Free Willy. And if you like this, you can consider checking out these other videos. Wait, I almost forgot. And coming up tomorrow night, I'll be reviewing another National Lampoon film, and that will be Vacation. I'm so looking forward to that. Alright, now if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other gross out comedy films that would follow in the footsteps of Animal House. In the upper left hand corner is my review of Porky's. The upper right hand corner is my review of American Pie. Or if you'd like to see something else, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of the Kentucky Fried Movie. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.